My paper topic is imagination. Arundhathi, end of imagination. The end of imagination and this essay talk about its nuclear weapons and its of India and Pakistan. As against the right of the Arundhathi, she says that nuclear weapons is used in the war, and she's offended of the air and air, water, animals, and things. And nuclear weapons focus will not be China or America. The focus will be they are the land biggest waters. Most of these essays coming to considerable imaginations. Your cities and forests will be affected, and then she was committed to challenge the government of Indians and having government of says of people, government says you save of your waters and food, anything, and then things wars will be at your trees and forest, your trees are burned for your days, there will become a fire. Then she contacts to change government is Union States having targets the nuclear test responses of the states. The article is discussions of the issues dealing with injustice, violence, and human The book is about trauma, mental health, and finding hope in life. This novel is written by Tiruchendur. Tiruchendur is one of the most India's top contemporary women writer. And many of their novels deal with relationships, mental health, relationship struggles, and emotional healing. Tiruchendur was born in 1971. She grew up in many parts of India, which shaped her writings. She started as a blogger and became a best-selling author in books like Life is What You Make It and The Secret Wish List. She writes about mental health,
also a motivational speaker and one of the most India's influential women. In the novel Baker's Life is Calling, the main character Ankita Sharma tries to rebuild her life, but tries to rebuild her life after struggling with bipolar disorder and suicidal thoughts. She joins creative writing groups, makes new friends, and start fresh thinking and hopes for a fresh start. But painful memories return when she meets her ex-boyfriend Vaibhav and later faces betrayal with Joseph. These experiences trigger her drama leading her to attempt another suicidal. The novel shows how trauma can resurface through small reminders and how it affects both mind and body. But it also highlights how family support parenting and positive thinking can help in recovery. Eventually, Ankita finds courage to seek help and promises never giving up herself away. The novel teaches about resilience and hope. This novel reminds us that trauma and mental illness are real struggles, but they can be healed with care, positive thinking. It shows that positive thinking, writing, and creativity can be powerful tools for emotional healing. Pretty Shanai makes us realize that life may be painful, but there is a chance to restart again with strong and hope. To conclude, Wake Up Life is Calling is a novel. It's not just a novel, but a story about hope and Ankita's journey teaches while trauma can break us, we heal it.
Is this a sequel?
Yes, ma'am. Sequel of Life is Calling.
Okay. How did Ankita Sharma affect the bipolar disorder?
Because of the sufferings that Abhi is, he loves her, but he not accept his proposal. Abhi says she's not affected. That's why Abhi at the day of night, Abhi was died. She thinks that she is the reason for the death of Abhi. That leads her to bipolar disorder. Mental
She loved Abhi or
Abhi
who told? Have you read this story? It's a sequel. Life is what you make it. Sequel is Wake Up Life is Calling.
Many of the reviewers say that Abhi is ultimately but she
What's the ambition of Ankita Sharma?
firstly she wanted to study MBA, but then she changed his ambition to creative writing.
How she completed her
She completed.
MBA.
No, ma'am, she read MBA and stopped studying MBA.
She's completed MBA and she got married. She's not
She not completed MBA and
incorporate one the only is I'm studying from second MA English, Govindammal College. My article's topic is Breaking Stereotypes, Feminism, skinned girl. Actually, this novel main character Radhika Mehta, she is the protagonist of the novel. She is an investment banker. She is an investment banker. She completed her graduation from SSC, that is a prominent commerce college in Mumbai. After that, she went to IIM Ahmedabad, and there she did her MBA and graduated, and then she went for a package of 48 MBA, and then she went for a job in London. She was a dark skinned girl. She was not like a typical Indian woman. She was always against the stereotypes that are in the society. She wanted to establish a new kind of role for women. She wanted to establish a new kind of role for women, and she had a sister named Aditi. She was contradictory to Radhika Mehta. Radhika was dark skinned girl, but her sister Aditi was a fair skinned girl. She was docile and she was family oriented girl. She always obeyed her parents, but Radhika was not like her sister. She was totally opposite to her sister. She wanted to be some kind of feminist attitude was there in her actions. What she did is she completed her education and went for a job. There she fell in love with a guy named Tiruchendur. He was also in love with her. They both initially learned and they also had a relationship. After that, when they discussed about their marriage, he said that quit your job and then we can marry. Like that he said, but she didn't want to quit her job. She earned it after a lot of hard work, so she didn't want to quit her job. Instead of that, she tried to pursue him and wanted to convince him, but he never convinced her. She left him and continued her job in another country. She went for New York for another job, and there he met a guy named Nadu. He was a married man and she had 2 kids. She was in a relationship with him also. She wanted to marry him, but when it comes to marriage, that guy named Nadu, he also refused. He thought that a woman who is flourishing in her profession can never be a nurturing mother to his children. So he rejected her proposal for marriage, and then again she left that job and again she got another job and she came back to Goa. There her mother wanted to get her married, so she arranged a marriage for her. His name was British. In that marriage, that guy was a good guy. She explained all the struggles in her life and he also accepted her wholeheartedly. But she was feeling a kind of guilt. She wanted to express all the things that she faced in her life. She expressed him and he accepted her. But she felt that it is more important to be an independent woman than a girl who is falling for marriage. So she went away to San Francisco and led her life, led her career in a hospital. After that, there she met British and they had developed a good friendship, and then she chose between ambition and personal life. She chose ambition. This novel is about the tradition and modernity of women they face in this society. All kinds of stereotypes that are existing in the society are being broken by Radhika Mehta through this novel.
If you have any questions, you can ask. Is Radhika made a subaltern woman?
Though she was a dark skinned girl, she didn't feel like we have to be a traditional girl, we have to obey the parents and we have to marry according to their wish. She chose her ambition and career instead of that, and in that way she is kind of
What's the difference between Radhika Mehta and her sister?
Radhika Mehta was ambitious. Her sister was not that ambitious. She was Radhika Mehta was a dark skinned girl, and her sister Aditi was a fair skinned girl. Typically in our society, people when they choose for a bride, they will opt for a fair skinned girl. She was not getting that kind of alliances. She was being rejected, though she earned very well. She was too qualified, she was too independent, and she was paid very well. But the society, when a woman is that much earning and if they are so successful, they'll never accept it, right? That way, the society scared seeing Radhika Mehta. Radhika, even she denied her parents and she wanted to flourish in the job, but her sister was not like that. She accepted the arranged marriage of her parents, what they arranged for her, and she got married and settled. Next.
Good morning everyone, I'm Mrs.M.Jey. First family is student in Govindammal I'm going to present on the topic migration and displacement in the novel The White Tiger by Aditanar. In general, migration is about moving from one place to another for education, safety, or for jobs. But in many parts like the global south, like Asia, Africa, and Latin America, people migrate because of poverty, job unemployment, lack of facilities like education, healthcare, and etc. They think that if they migrate, they will get a good job or good life. But migration always has many struggles for them. Like they get low-paying jobs, like construction, factory works, and domestic labor. They used to live in the slums, small dirty houses. They face discrimination like race, caste, and class. They will always feel lonely because they are far away from their family and their community. So migration in the global south is not about freedom; it's about survival. This struggle is clearly explained in the novel The White Tiger by Aditanar. The protagonist of the novel, Balram Halwai, grew up in a very poor village called Lakshmanha. There is no education, no electricity, and obviously there is no future. So, because of poverty and caste discrimination, he has no choice but to migrate. So, he moved to Delhi. That he works as a taxi driver for a rich man named Ashok. But even in the city, life is not easy for him. He saw the rich living sophisticatedly, but the poor are living in a small, dirty areas. And because of that, he feels displaced and alienated. He can't go back to his village because he lost everything there, and he didn't feel like belonging in the city either. So he feels displaced and alienated. This is where the topic post-colonialism comes in. Even after the British rule, the low-class people and the poor people are still oppressed by the rich people. So they continue to suffer. At last, he knew that the society is not going to let him rise. So he took the action. He gave his boss Ashok and took away his money and went to Bangalore then. At last, he became very rich. He achieved what he aimed for. He became a boss, not a servant. On the outside, he achieved everything, but on the inside, he still has the fear, guilt, and the feeling of disconnected from the society. So this is what the major issue in the global south when people migrate. So in the White Tiger, the Aditanar shows how migration, displacement, and the post-colonial inequality shapes a person's life in the global south. At last, I conclude by saying that migration is not just about moving physically. It affects people's bodies, their borders, and their sense of belongings. So it shapes who they are, and it shapes the person who they are, and even it takes their sense of belongings and their peace of mind. Thank you.
Balram has migrated to Delhi. Whether he was emancipated or not?
He always feels disconnected from his society.
Bollywood best-selling novel That Night and He Knew with the background in engineering and she is primarily known for the meticulous research topics on crime-related topics. Nitin is the author of the Bad Night, the best-selling novel, published by Penguin Random House in April 2021. It quickly becomes the national best-selling, selling over 70,000 copies and top the horror charts on Amazon India. The novels That Night is about four best friends, Ria, Carrie, Sanjali and Natasha, and how one night changed their lives forever. Forever. Nothing is the same after that one Auja blank. After that the Auja blank which results in the death of Sanya, they are unlikable hustle-mate. In this novel, focused on the disloyalty between the four friends, the consequences faced by four friends when their innocent plan gone wrong. Betrayal is considered as a stand-in in a person who believes that betraying another person is acceptable in order to save his or their life or soul. In this novel, the four friends are unfortunately each other to escape from a murder from four of the students, but there is a betrayal in their friendships and ruthlessness when they are hiding the secret. Friendship is a long-lasting relationship which characterized by closeness, mutual respect and trust. But in these novels, there is no trust between four friends. This generation friendships are the main topic of the articles because genuine friendships are uncommon because of a single lie and secret that people maintain from the best friends, love, loyalty, respect and trust. Friendships are broken. In this novel, that night, the four girls trying to prank Sanya, which is the death of Sanya. So they must keep their truth to each other. Here are some examples of betrayal of friendship in the novel. It felt like a play, smiles hiding, tension, hugs hiding, fear. This line reflects how betrayal doesn't always comes from the words. Sometimes it comes from emotions. Each of them knows the truth, but no one is ready to speak up. Then Natasha says, "You all knew you let me carry this weight alone." This example shows that betrayal in this novel is not loud, but deeply emotional and quite through silence, absence, and the breaking of promises between one's close friends. At last, this novel that is the last tale of friendship and betrayals that draws you in and conforms you at every time. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. I am Nadu. I am studying second English in Aditanar College. So today we will speak about the topic unveiling the silent voices, a feminist perspective by Tiruchendur novel Prior. So Tiruchendur is an author and a politician. He is a member in National Congress and he has represented Govindammal in Kerala. He is a member of Lok Sabha since 2009. So his novel Prior mostly roles his novel Prior tells about the concept of love, gender inequality and colonial exploitation. Here he uses the character Priscilla who works for the human welfare. So this novel mostly revolves around the concept of feminism, cultural conflict and gender equity. So the novel begins with the announcement of the death of Priscilla. She is an American girl and she had come to India to volunteer and work for the welfare of women. So she used to raise voice against for the health of women. But the novel begins as the death of her parents come to India to reveal the mystery of her death. She works as a volunteer and falls in love with Lakshmana, a district magistrate. But Lakshmana is a married man. So in
in India, so in America it is followed that they love and get married. But in India, marriage is an arrangement of two families and the couples fall in love after the marriage. But Lakshmanan, though he loved Priscilla, he felt guilty to marry Priscilla. So he continues to live his unhappy married life. So in India, parents force the children to get married. So Lakshmana also feels like the same way and he wishes to live this unhappy life. So Geeta, who comes to know about Lakshmana's relationship with Priscilla, feels very suffocated and she visits the Lord Shiva temple and she prays there to save her relationship. So this here the author highlights the culture of Indian women. So mostly in India, women are addicted to superstitious beliefs. They believe the myths followed by the ancient people. So then the author gives the character of Sundari. Sundari is the servant of Priscilla. She was married to a person, and often she was tortured by her husband and her mother-in-law as she got less dowry to the family. So when the family came to know that she was conceived with a girl baby, they threw the kerosene on her and burned her and killed her. So, but no case was filed against her. So Priscilla was, after hearing this, she was very much suffered and she wanted a case against the death of Sundari. So she also, Priscilla was also very eager to know about the Rama, the story of Rama. When Ravana was kidnapped Sita and she was doubted. Rama had doubted the fidelity of Sita. So Rama had asked Sita to do Agni Pariksha. So she was very much distracted with the concept of Agni Pariksha. So through this novel, the author emerges that patriarchal struggle faced by the woman. So the novel highlights this women are fallen prey to the male-dominated society. So he highlights how patriarchy subjects women to physical and psychological trauma. In only in India, women are worshipped as God, but in reality, they are not treated as God. So they are forced to do things against their freedom. So here author highlights the feminist theory and the resilience areas that affects the survival and resistance of oppression systems. So the novel not only focuses on the communal violence but also the feminist narrative of challenges faced by the women in economical, cultural and family struggles. So the author ends the novel by raising the questions in the woman's perspective that who we are, what we hate, why do we hate, and to whom we are prisoners to. So as a woman, we should also be like this Priscilla to rise against voices of how we feel insecure, whatever we feel insecurities, we should raise our voice against it. So as long as we feel we act as a dumb, we will be suppressed. So as you feel like insecure in your life, as a woman, we should raise voice against the things that are happening against us.
Okay. If you want to ask any question. Okay, why did you choose feminist theory?
Feminist theory, why I have chosen this means, I have read this novel recently. So as I read that, I was inspired by the character Priscilla. Though she is an American girl, she comes to India and volunteers and works for the welfare of women. That inspired me and I have taken the concept of
Okay, why did Sundari's mother-in-law kill her?
right.
Why did Sundari's mother-in-law kill her?
She killed her because she brought less dowry for her, and she was conceived a girl baby. So that's why they don't want girl child in their family. So that's why they killed her.
How did she know it's a girl baby? Before delivery, she is scared. Then, how did she know? Have you read the novel clearly? Okay, why don't you apply drama theory? Why you don't apply drama theory?
Because this novel is a collection of letters and journals. It's not written in the form of drama. It's a full collection of letters, journals, and diaries. So we can see this novel in only narration. So it's not a drama.
I'm not asking drama. Drama. Priscilla is suffered and killed. Sundari is killed. Then why don't you choose?
In this novel, drama is not mentioned here. She explains how she suffered and how she watched the women.
I'm pursuing my MA in I'm present में topic है सर I already लगा कि English करना I know the topic is themes of identity crisis. Yeah, identity crisis is the main theme of the play identity crisis means they have lost identity and lost identity. So yes, difficult to survive the society. And the Lord Gadapati is the example of they can incomplete body because they had a infant human body. They are incomplete, but people are not actually see that obstacles, they break the obstacles to worship, they worship and consider as a first god of compared to others. In every events, they have put the character talks to giving the session. And one of the characters of the play, Ivan. See, he is also incomplete because he also born with the horse head and human body. He also asked question for himself whether he is a woman, he is a man or animal because he trapped in between So he is asked himself. He asked himself whether many ways to recure the situation. He already go to temples, ask many ways to but no one can he decided to become a whole human body, but no one human body. And then this identity crisis, another character, they were become friends. But they will not strong his body. So if I am married a girl, married a beloved, I can cut my head father. But we was being sad from but we like there was the mind and Kapila's body. Both of us are dead from the friend of a Kali temple and but we pray Kali to rescue the Dev and Kapila. But Kali said, okay, I rescued, but I rescued to put the bodies, put the head to the straight to the Dev and Kapila. But on the shivering moment, Bakuri changed the head from the bodybuilder, but he is bodybuilder, and during identity crisis also he had a play. And the identity crisis, conclude identity crisis is the main theme, and people also suffer from this from the identity crisis to last their own desire, life, to live in the society. The character all the people, all the characters are only needs of their own body, but no one can't take leave their own body. However, in the book instead they have become a whole animal, not the he wants to human body, but instead he has a animal whole animal body in terms of.
Okay. Finally, who is the husband of Padmi?
Kapila's body and Kapila's body and
Who is the husband of Padmini?
Kapila.
Why?
Because during the play, during the change of the head, they took the Kapila and Padmini, they have met one priest from the priest, and they said that is the intelligence of the body. So if your body were the head and she is the husband, so the husband of the Padmini is a.
Can you explain about your author, Krish Karnad?
Girish Karnad is a Kannada writer. He translated the work as translated work into English. And Hayavana is a major work of Krishna.
Whether he is a Canadian or Indian?
Indo-Academic. And Hayavana is published in 1920.
So why did you choose drama?
I have read many hours, but I like the content of identity crisis story, how the character suffers and how to serve in the society. Because people suffer to survive in the society, and how to survive, how to recover the identity crisis.
In the beginning, you have told that some people have lost their identity. What are the characters who have lost their identity in this film?
He is a son of a princess, and that princess has fallen in love with horseman, not horseman. So she is fallen in love with a horse, not a man. So he married a horse and he married a horse, and Hayavana was born. So Hayavana was psychologically affected from the identity. He wants to be like a old man. But instead, he has become incomplete. So he has also identity crisis.
In the the values love, duty and respect. While Jamuna is in America, represents custom, represents wealth, comfort and modern way of life. Creates a royal intention in families. For example, the hard and writing for the family, but she is told to become government. The mother is interested with higher status and foreign lifestyle. Small incidents like small incidents like Yamuna not going to become Dharma at the airport or taking the because Dharma values tradition deeply. The modern ways simple acts respect the carry any protection.
How many short stories were written by Sudhamurthy? Huh? Why did you choose dollar mom? She has written many short stories. Why did you choose particularly dollar mom?
I actually read novel in the library, so I
Novel or short story? Four. Short story. What's the theme of the short story?
traditional modernity, family relationships,
Who is protagonist?
My paper, the title of the paper is Echoes of Ecology, an eco-critical study of Khalid Hosseini's and the Mountains Echo. Khalid Hosseini was an Afghan-born American writer. This paper explores the relationship between nature, environment, and literature. And I have applied the theory of ecological theory to interpret the relationship between nature and environment in this work. The novel mainly focuses on the impact of war, especially the Soviet-Afghan war. Husseini employs the rich description of Afghanistan's nature through his work. The major character in the novel, the story mainly focuses on the character of the siblings Pari and Abdullah. They were separated when they are in their childhood and they met when they are older. They reunite after many years when the nature and the ecology of Afghanistan was completely changed because of the war. The history and the memory of Pari and Abdullah's family was deeply rooted in their hometown, and the main characters like Pari, Abdullah, and their father Sabur were navigate through many challenges and were suffered to rebuild their life after the war. This novel spans around 3 countries and for 60 years. The novel starts about how Pari, or the main character Pari, the little girl Pari was only 2 years old. The Pari was given to family, Baghdadi family in the city. They are living in village, and the little child Pari was given to the Baghdadi family, rich family in the city Kabul, because their father, Abdullah and Pari's father, was not able to feed them properly, and the village Shadbagh was mostly the children in Shadbagh were affected by the nature, the harshness of winter. Many children were died. So Sabur gave his child to the rich family in Kabul. Sabur's brother-in-law, Nabi, the character Nabi, was working for the Baghdadi family, serving for Baghdadi family for many years. It was the idea of Nabi to give Pari to the rich family, so that Pari would not face any war situations in her lifetime. Mr. Sulaiman Baghdadi was a nature lover. Hussaini describes the character of Sulaiman Baghdadi as a nature lover. He always wonders on the nature of Kabul, and he always alone. He loves to be alone, and he always with his sketches and his paintings. He married a graceful woman named Nila Baghdadi. Their marriage life was not successful, as Nila got less attraction from Sulaiman Baghdadi. When Pari entered the life of Sulaiman and Nila, their life was they got a little happy when Pari entered. But on the time Sulaiman was affected by a stroke, so Nila left to Paris, as she don't want to take care of her husband. So she left to Paris with her little child Pari. On the time when she left to Paris, there was many wars in Kabul that she doesn't witness. In 1979, Soviet entered Afghanistan and completely destroyed the ecology of Afghanistan. And then the Taliban entered, and then the North Alliances entered, and they completely destroyed the nature of Kabul, and they took the properties of the native people in Kabul. Because of war, many native people in Kabul left their countries to Iran and Pakistan. So the people who came from outside, like Taliban, Soviet, took over their properties and make them as their own. When the left characters re-entered to the Kabul after the war, they lost their identity as a native. They lost their identity and searched for their properties. One of the characters was Idris and they lost their ownership as as a native inhabitants. They lost their ownership. Finally, after many years, little child Pari was grown into a big woman, and they reunited. Pari and Abdullah reunited after many years. When the siblings finally meet, Abdullah is no longer having his memory. He lost his memory, like the landscapes of Afghanistan. This novel not only serves as a backdrop of nature, but also the interconnection of nature, how the nature is connected with the lives of the people in Afghanistan.
What's the theme of the novel?
Actually, there are many themes in the novel, interconnection, love, family love, and loss of identity. But my perspective on this topic is ecology. Only ecology. I have taken this topic.
Can you elaborate? Ecology.
Ecology theory. The theory was first coined by William Luckett in the year 1978. He described it as the application of ecology, the application of eco-critical perspective through the lens of literature. Khalid Hosseini take this as a form of theme to express the nature in Kabul, Afghanistan, and how it was affected by many wars, and how the characters in the novel navigate through several circumstances to regain their life after the war.
Who has lost his identity? Or told someone has lost his identity?
Idris, Bashir, and some of the characters, they left the country during the war and came to their native after the war. They lost their identity, they lost their properties.
Whether he has found out?
No map. Their properties were took over by the people like Northern Alliance and Talibans.
Good afternoon everyone. I'm Janani from first year English of Govindammal College, and I am here to present my article on racial discrimination and sources of migration to Brinda Chari's East Indian. Brinda Chari is a contemporary writer. She was born in Chennai, but she later moved to America for her doctorate in English literature. She is now working as a assistant professor of Shakespeare studies in America. What pushed her to write a novel, The East Indian, is that when she came across the first immigrant to America, an Indian, pushed her to write this work. The East Indian narrates the story of Tony, a Tamil boy who has travelled to London with his master, but he is subjected from the dream streets of London and is sold into slavery to the tobacco plantation in America. America is mentioned as the Newfoundland. Tony faces a lot of racial discrimination and he struggled to migrate from America, from London to America, and when he thought of going back to India, he couldn't go back because of his servitude in the plantation. Tony, as a young boy, he is born in the Coromandel coast of Aramagon to a Tamil mother, and his mother is a prostitute. There is a man named Sir Francis Dept, who comes to his mother. He learns English through him, and Tony doesn't oppose the colonial resistance on Indian people. He learns English, but the others discriminate him for learning the English tongue. And when his mother and uncle dies, he is taken to London to meet the King James, so as to prove them they has been to India and have worked on the East Indian Company. But Dave dies on the journey, and when Tony reaches London, he sees the play The Midsummer's Night Dream in the theatre. Then when he is roaming around the streets, he is being abducted by the slave ship. Then he is put on to a sail to America. In that journey, he has two friends. One is an African child and another one is an Anglo-Indian. The sailors asked him who is he, where he is from, and his friend replies that he is Tony, East Indian. Tony has forgotten his birth name and place, and this represents a loss of identity for Tony. When he reaches America, Virginia, the hard labor of servitude is taken a toll on him, and the journey has made him weak, but the hardships of him in the plantation is not less. Then under another master, he goes to be an assistant for a physician. He has a little bit of knowledge of herbal medicine, so he is being the assistant to the physician. And Tony longs for home upon arrival, and when he tries to go back, his servitude and his low wealth caused him to stay back in America, and he is often being called the Moor or a nigger that contemplates racial discrimination in the post-colonial America, and I check upon the other work, Tamil Tigress, written by Hiromi D. Souza. It's a memoir that also contemplates the studies of migration. Hiromi has participated in the civil war in Sri Lanka, and when she wants to migrate, the government doesn't let her, and she escapes to India. Then onwards she travels to Australia and seeks refuge there, and racial discrimination never really discriminates the race but the people who travels, who are traveling, who are migrating to another country, and racism is never the answer to racism is, does not revolve around the superiority and inferiority. It does revolve around the people of color, and it should be stopped. It should be eradicated from the face of earth. And I conclude this article with the quote from Long Walk to Freedom, written by Nelson Mandela. No one is born hating another person because of his skin color, or his background, or his religion. People learn to hate, and if they learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to human heart than its opposite. Thank you.
Can you explain racial discrimination? What's it?
Racial discrimination is discrimination against the color or race. It is usually imposed by the so-called superior community of white people.
Okay. How many characters are suffered from racial discrimination in this novel?
One
Only.
character.
What's the theory you have applied?
Post-colonial and colonial racial discrimination.
Can you explain it?
The colonialism has brought racism to every country by discriminating the color of people, and it stayed with the people even after the colonization. So as to seek East Indian is relatable to every immigrant who travel to America or any country.
Who is the protagonist?
Tony.
Presentation is on reading from British National. British National is selling author, known for novels explores human relationships and social issues. This novel explores the protagonist. This novel explores protagonist America's journey to redefine as himself. To redefine the concept of growing a person makes initial motivation only to discover love. Only to discover that a true sense of belonging is different, is more complex than a physical place. Through hard work in her studies, Alka succeeds in building a good life for herself. She got a good education and later she marries wealthy coffee planter confront all her secrets and were hostile. Through this process, Alka through this process, Alka realizes that her house is not a very home or a status symbol. It's just a self-acceptance, honesty, and belonging. In the end, she finds the courage to find herself, find what is right for herself. Finally, demonstrates that breaking rules does not about changing one's external circumstances. It's about internal liberation,
Who is the husband of Naika?
Supu, the coffee plantation owner.
Whether she has any child or not?
She has 2 children. Not a child.
Whether she has completed her ambition?
Yes, and last she cancelled all the past life with her husband. And she finally
She got that? Home or not?
she lived in her husband's home.
In the beginning of the novel, she has no home. Yes, she is brought up in.
Brought up in a servant's home.
Finally, she got.
Finally, she had her own home because of her husband.
I'm going to talk about Mrs.M.Jeyakala is the last queen. My project title is Colonial Resistance, Identity and Exile of Mrs.M.Jeyakala is the last queen. First of all, I believe in the court of Tiruchendur. Until the lions have their own, until the lions have their own history, the history of the land will always work by the hunters. Because lions refers to Indian people. In my interpretation, lions refers to Indians. Hunters refers to British people. They colonized India. So Indian people doesn't talk about that. So they always work by their. First of all, I'm going to talk about colonial resistance. Dept.of is the protagonist of this novel, The Last Queen. She is a rebellious queen. She is a rebellious queen. She fight against the British. No, she was not involved in any war. She lay in her army only. She resisting the British through her ideologies. She followed the ideologies of her husband, Maharaja Ranjit Singh, who was right now. Now her son Dalit is the king of Punjab. He is a 5 years old boy, so she is maintaining everything. She is the queen. Her son is 5 years old, so she is maintaining everything. She resisting against the ideas of British. They like to colonize Punjab, so she decided to follow the ideologies of her husband. So she arranged a large group of army people in the border so that the Britishers feared and pulled back. Then the Tilak ceremony of day is the major turning point of her life because she said born. Then they changed her place into Munnar Park. Then she tried to escape from that place. So she disguised as a servant and escaped from the Munnar Park and went to Nepal, where she lived for 11 years. She doesn't see his son. She doesn't see her son. Then later she met her son, but he's totally changed from Punjabi person to Christian person. He lived in Britain for more than 10 years, so that he became a Christian, and he doesn't know about his identity. She met with him in Calcutta. Once he come to Calcutta, then he sent a letter to his mother. So she meet him there. Then she knows that his identity is totally changed, but she doesn't say to him belongs to his fortunes are taken by Britishers, but his son Dalit Singh knows that he belongs to a Punjabi person later. Then after the death of Jindal Cow, he sent her ashes into her own country. He sent her ashes. She buried her near the Ranjit Singh's graveyard.
Have you applied any theory?
I just only analyzed the things colonial resistance, exile and ideal.
Colonial?
Colonial resistance is colonial resistance is the resisting against Britain people. Jindal Kaur not involved in any war, but she leading her army just like the ideologies of her husbands. So she leads the army only, and her indomitable spirit only leads to survive in dangerous situations.
What are the theories we have to apply?
We have to apply colonialism, feminism, and post-colonialism.
Who is the protagonist of this novel?
Jindal Kaur.
Chitra Banerjee is one of the most prominent Indian English literature writers. She is an American author, poet, philosopher, known for her novels which highlight the women's empowerment, trauma, and identity. Many of her novels, like Arranged Marriage, Sister of My Heart, Palace of Angels, the women's voice, which were restricted in the traditional narratives. In Independent, she does something like that, but within the historical context of partition. When we think about the partial literature, we should think Visham suddenly come to our mind, but it shows women as a victim, not as an agent. But Divakar shows them as a victim, not shows them as an agent, not as a victim. The stories revolve on my three sisters, Priya, Diva, and Jemri, who face different challenges, but they face the more resistant. Priya is Priya wanted to become a doctor, and finally she also became a doctor and graduated from the Calcutta Medical College. But she faces very discrimination in the patriarchal society. In the medical college, they didn't even have the facility of a toilet for a woman. This shows the patriarchal influence in this novel. And when it comes to Diva also shows resistant by marrying Reza, a Muslim man. She comes out of the boundary of the society and communal norms. The story is about the courage
like other three sisters, she also showed the resistance by by sacrificing for their family members and giving some economic contribution to them. And women empowerment is one of the major theme in this novel. Women empowerment. After the death of the main or three main character Navakumar, Amit and Reza, traditionally this would leave the woman helpless in the traditional narratives, but Divakarni shows them as an independent woman who have stand on their own feet. The people think after the death of the Navakumar, the people think that the complete families are ill-fated because they lost their main dominant figure in the family. And then the sisterhood is also a prominent major theme in this novel. Even though Priya, Jamni and Deepa have different beliefs and what they are united by the sisterhood. By being united in Divakarni shows unity itself as a form of resistance in women's empowerment. To conclude, in the novel Independence, as India goes one non-political freedom, the three sisters also have their personal independence. Through this novel, Divakarni softly tells the resisting patriarchy, reclaiming belongings of the children part of the women empowerment.
What is called patriotism?
Patriotism is the main problem. Patriarchy and patriotism.
Patriotism. What told patriotism or patriarchy?
Patriarchy. A male dominant society.
Who was suffered?
All the three major characters.
They were like.
No. They empowered themselves from the patriarchal system.
Everyone, I'm Tiruchendur. I'm studying first MA English Literature. Today I'm going to present my paper. The title Stapleton Perspective in Mulraj Anand Cooley. Mulraj Anand Cooley, 1936, as a landmark novel that explores the portrait struggle of the young urban man. The word coolie is the unskilled labor. Through the Moon's journey, Anand represent not an individual, it's a mean of unskilled labor. Moon said that I'm an orphan, I have to work whatever, but I can find the food. That shows his work is not a choice, it's mere survival. Moon is an orphan boy. He wants to try to job. He's a work of the servant, millmaker, rickshaw puller, and etc. As critics like Sar's Scholarship, Moon's like tragic like becomes the fate of villainous poverty. His character represents the humiliation's poverty and oppressed. Anand explores the Moon's character like he's an orphan, but he's trying to work, but everyone is oppressed them only. Munu is Momo didn't raise the voice because he's an orphan man, and it's explored the Stapleton perspective view. And Anand is exposed the Mumu's voice because he's trying to many works, but didn't choice to work. It's mere survival. In conclusion, Mulraj Anand represents the Mumu's life. Arwen is trying to work, but he didn't find that choice. After the tragic death, he helpless fate of the Stapleton peoples. It explores the themes of the poverty, oppressed exploitations, and the Stapleton perspective in the Mumu's life.
Do you have any questions? If you have, you can ask.
What do you think the team comedy is here?
Momo's protagonist is an orphan man boy. He tried to work, but his perspective of the poverty. He's want to. It's a work, but as a servant, like rickshaw miller, maker, that's the poverty.
Whether he has succeeded in his life or not.
After she's the tragic death of from tuberculosis, the helpless fate of the staff members.
How many novels were written?
Many novels, but stereotypes really because he tried to many works. I want to express herself, but she did success. So I choose
Ask how many novels he has written. Any questions?
What do you think the main reason is?
it's a humiliation. Who reflects the society. He wants to try, but you are abstracted.
What's the theory you have applied?
Stability percent.
Can you explain?
Stability is oppressed people. It is an orphan boy, but he oppressed in the society.
Our Indian